Hi, my name is Christos, and if you're anything like me, you just got back from a big holiday in Europe, and that's mainly why in my channel introduction I said I should have a video up within a week, but it was really 3 weeks later, so it's not a dead channel, don't worry at all. But while I was there, I picked up some really neat tourist items I thought I'd show off. I got this neat windmill tie in the Netherlands, authentic. I picked up this blue check Bavarian shirt while I was in Germany, and from Austria I got these neat EU suspenders. Can't wear those in Britain anymore. But I noticed while in Europe there are just a few basic things that is almost common everywhere. And I really think that if you can do those things, you can just be European. So I'm here today to tell you how to be European. So step number one, just with your culture, you have to be stuck in the past, right? Like, you look at America back in, the 60s and 70s, everybody just smoking everywhere. And, honest to God, you walk anywhere in just Europe, it's, covered in a smoke cloud. It's more in the urban areas, but, it's crazy. You walk around, just everybody smokes there. And I don't know why, but, I mean, they're all, in good shape. I mean, even though they're all smoking, am I right? But, so that's just something I noticed. It's like they all smoke there, but somehow, it's not affecting them too terribly much. Another thing that I've noticed, that has to do with that, is everybody there, they all wear these short shorts. Like you come over to America, you see these kids with, these baggy shorts, right? Just past these, sometimes even further than that, they're basically wearing floods. And if you don't know what floods are, just look them up. There's a hilarious scene in The Simpsons where Milhouse just standing there saying, "I hate these floods," and then there's a flood, and then his pants don't get wet, and he goes, "Everything's coming up, Milhouse!" And it's hilarious. Hopefully who's ever editing it.
Oh, I hate these flood pants. Hey, they're working! My feet are soaked, but my cups are bone dry. Everything's coming up, Milhouse.
This will edit in right here. Hi, welcome back. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed that clip of Milhouse and everything coming up. Milhouse, love that scene. But yeah, but you go over to Europe and everyone has on these short shorts. It's no, not just hanging just above the knees, standing up, but up past the thighs. And these are the guys too. I know short shorts are common fad among the young ladies in America, but for some reason, just all the guys, they're not even tennis shorts, they're just straight up short shorts. And I always find that weird. I like my shorts just beyond my knees. I don't know why, but personal preference. But I just noticed that was something that always happened there. Now, the second main thing about being European is you have to have just a sense of culture. Here in America, I mean, our country's been around for nearly 250 years, but, I mean, that's really it. There's nothing before that. You might look in the history books and say, oh, well, all these nations in Europe didn't become countries till the late 1800s. Well, guess what? They've been there for, 1,000 years more. And it's crazy. While I was in Europe, some people I knew, they actually ate in the oldest hotel in all of Europe. Charlemagne ate there. That's how old it was. It's a year 300, I think, right? I don't know what they're talking about. They say, that can't be possible. You're wrong! Yeah, but, no, don't tell me I'm wrong, for Christ's sake! God, gotta love these No, you're fired! Alright? I'm sick of this! Sorry, got a little ugly there, but, I needed to do that. Anyway, so you have to have just a sense of culture, right? You've been there for thousands of years, and it's weird, right? Because you walk around here in America, some of the oldest buildings you'll find out on the East Coast, in Boston, I've been there before, great place, love the pot, the kind of have, yeah, it's amazing. But they have all these old buildings there, right? And you think, whoa, these buildings are old. Again, you go over to Europe, you see these castles that have been there for thousands of years. And honestly, it's just, everyone there can unite over that. It's one thing that really brings them together. Just their sense of culture, the fact that they've been there for thousands of years, and my grandmother, the town she's from, there are history, there are records in the town of the people who've lived there. Her family had been there since the 1500s at least, and likely well before then. And it's just so amazing to go over to Europe and see everyone there. No, this is where we're from, and there's so many great things about it because we've been here so long. The third thing you need to keep in mind when being European is that no matter what, don't love thy neighbor. For some reason, you go over there and everyone's at each other's throats. Alright, it used to be, you know, just was straight up warfare, right? Just, hey, I'm gonna kill you now. I mean, you look at the world wars, both of the world wars happened on their soil because for some reason, they're just bloodthirsty over there. I mean, you look at the United States of America, right? We're pretty peaceful. I mean, it's like within the country, there's peace, right? You look at all 50 states, there's been almost no wars. I mean, there was that one back in the 1860s, but that's a story for another day. And then there was also the Toledo Strip War, but is that really a war? I mean, there were no casualties, all right? Like, over there, they just can't handle each other for some reason. You know, have you ever seen that movie, Meet the Parents, you know, with Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro? It's kind of like that, right? You go over there, and Germany's like Robert De Niro's character, and then France is kind of like Ben Stiller's character, right? They just can't stand each other for no apparent reason other than just they can't. They can't. It makes no sense. And now, the best thing about Europe now is that they took all that anger and hatred for each other and they channeled into, guess what? Soccer, as they call it. Football, or foosball, or football, or whatever you call it. Or as the Brits say, just, you know, whatever the Brits call it. I don't know. And honestly, just watching a soccer game over there is the greatest thing because they all love their soccer. Just think of any American, you know, think of the most diehard American football fan, you know, multiply that times 10, and you have someone who's slightly interested in soccer over in Europe. Like, honest to God, it is crazy, right? And, but for some reason they can't stand each other. I mean, I can't stand fitted sheets, but that's, again, a story for another day. Hopefully my tips on how to be European have helped you. Yours and forever, Christos.